I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Frost and Kujin Cosplay, and tonight we are watching with you guys
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Episode 6.
Uh-huh.
Guest. Alright, what happened last episode?
One of the members of the Kitty Remnants has been murdered, guys.
Yes.
Violently.
Very violently. And it left us with a bitter taste in our mouth because the whole town doesn't seem to care.
Nope,
and
not at all.
In a way, I do get why they don't care, because they hate them. They have, just like the cop, like everyone last episode, it was about, letting it all out. Because they've been having this anger and this guilt and all these emotions inside of them. The mom, same thing. They all have these emotions in, but they don't let them out because they don't know on who to put that anger and these emotions. So when you have, Kevin doing this to the guy working at the, cleaning the shirts and stuff, the cleaner stuff. Anyway, I don't know how you call it, but there you go. He found him, he had a problem with him, so he bashed down on him. Even though his real problem wasn't actually about the shirts. You've got the people of the town that are killing guilty remnants, members, because they keep reminding them of what's been lost, the people that have been lost. So they bash out on them. You've got Lori, who's also, she's dealing with her shit, and she had a chance to have a day out where she could talk and be just normal for once in her life. She didn't do it, but in the end, she managed to let it all out onto the father with their whistle. So I think you're feeling that these people, they have these emotions, and these emotions are starting to get out because they cannot be contained any longer. And it might turn into a tragedy if someone doesn't pay attention.
Oh, damn.
Alright?
Yeah.
Am I missing anything? I don't think so.
No, we're not.
Then, let's watch episode 6 and see what happens. Please don't start with a murder. Let's go.
To your knowledge, was the departed born in a hospital?
I think so.
To your knowledge, did the departed ever attempt suicide?
I still don't understand why these questions.
I understand you want to protect your husband's privacy, but the more questions you answer honestly, the better chance your claim will be processed.
I think these questions might be to help them see if there is a chance that the missing is not actually missing, but just, he disappeared because of another reason. Like, oh, you say your loved one is missing, that he disappeared, but actually we found out that he killed himself or something. So I think these questions are to help them see if that person actually disappeared with the others. But they're pretty personal.
They had to be.
Oh, she still buys the supplies for her family, and when they go past their due date, she throws them away. Like, she expects them to just come back eventually, so she always has all the food necessary, all the necessities. It's very freaking sad.
Hey, I'm Angel.
Maybe she always had fantasies and she never managed to play them out.
You want me to watch you?
No, I want you to shoot me.
What?
$2,000 for 2 seconds. Your ad specifically said nothing is forbidden.
What the heck?
Lady, I fuck people. I don't kill them.
If I wanted to die, I wouldn't need you.
What the heck is wrong with her?
She's gonna wear a vest. Why though? What the fuck?
All you have to do is aim right here. Just above the stomach, just below my heart.
She wants to feel alive.
Yes.
Why didn't you just get the person that shot you last time?
She said she wouldn't do it again.
Would you do it?
No.
She's messed up. I mean, come on. I think you might be right. Her being shot like this and, you know, coming back every time, it's like to assess that you are still alive, you are still surviving this. But holy shit! Can you be any less dramatic? Or any more dramatic if you find a way?
Yeah.
Oh my god, these people are messed up. They need actual help and no one is helping. Like, what they're doing, it doesn't help at all. Here's money if you can answer all of our questions, if you went to Brazil or not, and we're gonna give you money and you go on living. Oh my god. I'm glad though that we get an episode about her. Cause
We've never seen so much about her past or current history, so...
Exactly.
And you wish to dissolve the marriage between yourself, the plaintiff, and the respondent, Douglas Isaac Durst?
I do.
Should the departed respondent return, this will remain binding. Do you still want to proceed?
He
My
cheated on
husband
her.
was sleeping with our kid's preschool teacher. Yes, I'd like to proceed. I'm supposed to go to this work conference in Manhattan on Friday, but it's going to be terrible. And I was thinking maybe Miami instead.
You got $1?
I live with my daughter, so
Oh, fuck your daughter.
What?
Okay. That was supposed to be a joke?
It's like, think for yourself for once.
I mean, she doesn't have to...
What the heck is wrong with her?
She doesn't have to think about anyone else now. But I think it was supposed to be a joke. But, there is a part of her that just wants to leave and leave everything behind, but,
The benefits aren't a joke. Every single one of your applicants answers 121 yes.
Isn't that what we're supposed to be looking for? A pattern?
Everyone else who asks the questions get plenty of no's. It's only a pattern for you.
Did you see what was the question? Because I think I focused on the number and I...
No, that isn't the question.
Sure.
Hi Nora, it's Rick Carson. Just wanted to thank you again for being a panelist at this year's Departure-Related Occupations and Practices Conference. And a heads up, we're expecting a big crowd this year, so register early. Meeting you in person.
She so doesn't care. She deals with people that are grieving every single day. She's got her own problems.
Here. He's hiding in a basement. Don't trust the Vatican. The Pope is still here.
What's the point of this?
What?
It's not a real one, but it was a member of the Guilty Remnants who gave it to her, right?
Yeah, you want a good cry, read that. He lost 4 people on the 14th. Looks like somebody already picked up your badge.
What? I just got here.
Somebody must have picked it up by mistake. No worries. This will get you in to all the events. Sorry for the confusion. Okay. Next person, hi, your name, please.
Who took a badge?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I need my badge. I'm a panelist tomorrow. I work for the Department of Sudden Departure, and I'm a legacy.
Well, I'm sure it was just an innocent mistake. Why don't you go into the mixer? Everyone is in there. I'm sure your badge is in there, too.
Yeah.
Yes, next
She doesn't want to deal with this shit. It's about being given what you're due. She already lost everyone. She's not about to lose her identity too.
This is happening to
He's
our
leaving
friends.
hair everywhere and it's getting like in my face and
Our
stuff.
own
Ugh.
families. This belief that a higher power is speaking to us.
She looked like her.
She's got a hunch,
Is a
but
powerful coping mechanism, and if left unchecked, it is a very
why does she pretend to be her?
I don't know.
I can wait as long as you want. I'm so sorry. I thought you were somebody else. You don't remember me, do you? Last year you called me a heartless bitch at the farewell party. You said my kids disappeared because I gave them Frosted Flakes. No. I mentioned a correlation between eating cereals high in sugar and pre-adolescent departures in a cocktail conversation. And then you made me cry in front of a room full of people. I was having a really hard time. You're doing so much better now.
She did chase her down to the restroom and stuff. She is not doing well. At all.
She's asking people to shoot her.
Yeah. It's an act, like to pretend. As long as she doesn't get answers or anything, she won't ever be okay. I really want to know, though, who took her badge and who signed her name. Not him again.
Yes! Oh, get your ass in here! She's crazy, this one! No, you're not. You're going up here.
I hate people like that.
I gave this young lady my best. You don't want to know. And she still refused to ask me what I do.
She doesn't care what you do at a job.
Might be an act, too.
So what's it going to be? You want to spend the next 2 days of your life dying, one panel at a time? Or do you want to live?
Don't ask if she wants to live.
She asked people to shoot her. I think she wants to live.
It's a fucking tragedy.
Or at least she wants to remember that she's alive.
Did you read the book? Leave that shit to the oranges.
What's an orange?
The badges. You know, some people have the orange stickers.
The legacies?
Legacies, orphans, survivors, whatever they want to be called this year. It's awful.
It's a fucking tragedy.
It's like, I'm supposed to treat them better than anyone else? How many times am I supposed to say I'm sorry, Ray?
Right.
Weirdly enough, like they mentioned the orange badges, the victims, like the ones that were left behind, and kind of the way she says it, they ask for pity and attention. She's kind of like that.
What do you do?
You know what?
I kind of want to know now.
I'm a bounty hunter.
But I mean, it's probably interesting, like. He makes the bodies.
We take photos of the departed and home videos or whatever they give us, and then we slowly generate every little thing that made them them.
Which is what we found on the road.
It's
But we didn't make
creepy.
Yeah, but we didn't make the connection, but still.
You think I'm taking advantage of these poor, grieving people? But no. They're coming to us. 40 million bodies disappeared. That's demand. We are simply providing the supply.
It's to give them something to bury.
Pretty
Something
amazing.
to say goodbye to.
This, they can bury in the ground.
True.
This is here. This is real.
Very, very true. It's disturbing, but it's
I
true.
want them to have that. So tell me, guys, am I soulless?
No. You have a soul.
I guess he's been told that he was soulless by a lot of people.
Yes?
Nora Durst,
Yes.
you need to pack up your things. We're escorting you from the hotel.
What? I don't understand.
You destroyed hotel property. The mirror in the bar.
I wasn't in the bar.
Ah, the person who took her identity.
Stop. You listen to me. You can't do this. I didn't do anything wrong. I have a panel in a few hours.
If we see you on these premises again, we're going to call the police.
She can prove it though. There were people with her. You think it's people pretending to be her and making sure they cause trouble so she gets thrown out because they don't want her at the panel?
Maybe. Maybe one of the guilty remnants?
They're not supposed to do this stuff. Pretend to be someone that's not their way. Right? Here I am talking about the guilty remnants like I know them. I don't know anything about them yet. She'll freaking go to her panel. And I mean, if the person pretends to be her, maybe that person is going to show up to the panel.
Excuse me. I have a question for
Durst.
We will open the floor to questions.
I am not Nora Durst.
What are you doing there? What are you?
She did say I
I've
am
been
not.
watching you people for the last 2 days, listening to you, and you are all blind.
Ma'am.
The Department of the Sudden Departure is an elaborate smokescreen to give the public the illusion of property. Excuse me. Their questionnaires are sent to incinerators.
Conspiracy theorists, people that believe that all this is a cover-up. There are so many people like that in our world. I'm kind of amazed though by what the lengths she went to do this.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Would you mind signing this for me?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, he's the one
He's the one who
who
wrote the book. So he lost 4 or 5 people? So he might actually understand her.
You know, my daughter, about a year ago, she was out in our backyard chasing around some of her friends. And she was laughing. And she saw me watching her, and she looked guilty. Like she wasn't sure if it was okay to be happy. But this, what we've experienced, it isn't grief. It's never ending. Ambiguous loss. If my 8-year-old can find happiness again, why can't the rest of us?
This is very true.
Bullshit.
No, it's true.
If I've offended you in any way, that was not my
Ambiguous loss? What is ambiguous about your family being gone? Well, and you must know because you lost, what, 4? You count your parents in that? What were they, in their 70s? I lost everything, you fucking fraud. You fucking liar. You're not in pain? Because if you were in pain, you would know there is no moving on. There is no happiness. What's next? What's fucking next? Nothing is next. Nothing.
You know that anger I was telling you about? That's what I meant. It's bursting.
Oh, I need attention too.
Yeah. Jesus, what do you say to that? It's true though that she believed that he was just like her, that he could maybe understand her.
Excuse me, miss. Do you want to feel this way?
Yeah, I want to feel this way. Fuck off.
You're right. You know about Johansson.
What? Excuse me.
He's not in pain. He's a fraud, just like you said.
Because he still has his daughter. So he didn't lose everything.
That seems a bit creepy, yeah.
I was like, do you think this is Wayne or something? But, It is Wayne! We might, if we stay with her as it happens, we might see what he told the senator from episode 1.
I don't think she's heard of me.
Notice she's here about Patrick Johansson.
Why would he mention you?
Because I took his pain from him.
Like that?
No, see, like that.
No.
What are you doing?
You've lost someone, yes? Someone's. And you believe that you will always feel that pain. And if it starts to slip away, you seek it out again, don't you?
Bullets. There you go.
You won't let it kill you, and you won't kill yourself. For whoever is joined with all the living, there is hope. A live dog is better than a dead lion. Hope.
Okay, you seem a bit crazy right now.
But he read her like that.
You want it gone because you don't deserve it. I've seen my own death, and it's coming upon me very soon. So this is your one chance, your only chance. And the question remains the same. Do you want to feel this way? No. Then let me take it from you.
It's like a $1,000 hug. Worth it.
it could be two things here, though.
What?
Either he actually is doing something that's taking the pain away, or it's just that he is giving them an out. If she has that paper towel thingy,
She move on.
she bought a new one. It's like she tried to keep the house just the way it was. Is a better person?
In your opinion, do you believe the departed is in a better place?
No.
They would have said yes if they thought that they were dead. Not that they were being deported to some place that they don't know about.
But everyone in her history of doing this has always inserted yes. But there's
Great song.
I like this episode. This family, like her and her brother, these two, they're special. But to be honest, yeah, I think answering no kind of takes away the easy way out. Like, oh yeah, I believe they are in a better place, and I don't expect them to come back. Like, oh yeah, they're in a better place, like they're in heaven. I mean, they're gone, they're not coming back. No, they're not in a better place. They're suffering. I hope they come back. Like, it's another type of answer. It opens up a possibility that they might be saved. There might be a way maybe to save them, or it just goes to show that their departure is still a problem for them. Because if you believe they are in a better place, well, I mean, it gives you a way out. Like, it gives you a way to grieve a little bit. If you don't think they are in a good place, you'll focus on that. It's a bit the same like with when your kid or your loved one is being kidnapped.
Yeah.
You truly don't believe they are in a better place when you think they might be captured and stuff. So you try, you try to have hope for them to come back, or you hope that eventually they'll be saved or something. But it's interesting. It's a change in pattern too. I think she was going through, in her entire 3 years without her family, it feels like she was going through the motion, just trying to survive another day, and never, she was looked upon in this town as the one who lost the most. Mm-hmm. So she had to play the role model. Like, she can't go crazy, she can't do crazy things, but when she's alone, he literally said it, like, we could have said it too, but she's looking for a reminder that she doesn't really deserve to feel happy. And so, like, when the guy who wrote the book told her, well, yeah, my daughter was happy, and she felt guilty. And I was like, no, it's okay to be happy. It's okay to move on. She felt bad about this. She really didn't like this because that's not how she deals with this. She feels like she's cheating her children and her husband too, but I don't think she cares about her husband anymore.
Well,
still.
her family still, yeah.
I think she felt like, and it's a common feeling when you're grieving the death of someone or the spirits of someone. If that person is not there, and you feel happy, you might feel guilty that you are feeling this happiness when that person cannot feel it anymore. So she tries to remind herself of the pain again and again and again, because she doesn't deserve either to move on or to hope that they might come back. And even, it's funny too, because even though she doesn't think she deserves to feel that hope, she still kept the house just exactly the same as when they left, with the cereals that her children used to take in the morning,
yeah,
with all the supplies, and she doesn't use them because they're wasted at the end of the day. But she tried to keep the house just the way it used to be, so if they come back, they won't be whoa crazy about this. Like, they'll be in a place they know. But she might be trying also to suffer because of that, because she doesn't believe she deserves that hope.
It's funny though, because when our boss told her about the result of the questioning, he asked her what was her own answer to the question. It said that she answered all yes to the last three of them.
They are in a better place.
Yeah. And when she heard the other woman, answering no. I don't believe that they're in a better place. She felt like she was kind of accepting that she, I don't know how to say it. It's like she answered yes because she wanted to believe that they might be in a better place and they will never come back. Or something
Well,
that she
yeah.
was
It's hard to explain.
lying to herself or something.
Or it's just you. I think people tend to just answer without really thinking about it. And when you answer, it's like saying, "Oh, how are you doing? I'm fine." Everyone answers, "I'm fine," even if they're not fine, because no one wants to hear the other answer. So when you answer that,
rhetorical question, yeah.
yeah, kinda. But when you answer something like this, it usually means that you are ready to acknowledge that they're not coming back. So you want to ask for that grieving money, that disappearance money. I don't know how they call that, I don't remember. But still, you accepting that money means they are not coming back. So, but I mean, it's not an easy choice, but you just go through the motion. You don't really pay attention to the important questions. So when you're asked, do you think you're in a better place? Yeah, because you don't want to think of the alternative, because you don't want to be stuck around this problem. You don't want to think on it, so you want to move on. So it's funny because her character is like contradicting itself. Like she still wants that bit. I think she felt guilty for moving on the way she did with the money and with her job and stuff. So she keeps reminding herself that she's alive. She keeps hurting because that keeps her grounded. That keeps her in the grief area. Hurting means that at least she shares that pain with the kids who disappeared. Mm-hmm. It's very it's such a difficult concept. What I'm really interested about though is what the hell did Wayne do? Like, because he could have really done something.
Like I said, it's a $1 million hug, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that might just be it. Like, it's not so much about him doing something supernatural that takes away your pain, as much as it is just him giving you a shoulder to cry on.
About someone who really can understand what you're going through.
And he won't judge you.
That he can read the pain that you're living on and the facade that you're trying to put on every day. And saying it's okay to grieve, it's okay to let go. I accept your pain. Let me share this burden with you. That might be it.
Because
unless you get really superpowers and by touching people,
I'm
taking their pain away.
I'm not sure. It might be like a placebo effect to like hug me and your pain is gonna go away, and they truly believe in that. But it's. Like I said, in last episode, we saw it a lot. These people have so many emotions stuck inside of them, and they have no way of letting them out. That's what he does. By, hugging them, giving them a shoulder to cry on, it gives them an out, a way to just let go of everything they've been holding on. And he doesn't judge you. Because if you try to play the victim in a crowd full of people that don't understand, that grief, like just like when she was in the room with the people, that sadness or that pity, it's not going to be real. How many times am I supposed to say I'm sorry? I mean, they don't feel that grief, so they don't really care. It's an empty sorry, but coming from Wayne, it's not. And he did also say that he saw his own death and it was coming pretty fast. So something is coming, something is getting ready to happen, and we already knew that. But I'm really worried like that it might be something bad. I don't know what his deal is about, but he's an interesting character. And ever since we thought that he might not be the one that actually hurt Tom, when we first saw him, he had like whip marks and stuff, and we thought that Wayne was doing that to him. And then,
well, maybe not Wayne, but the people at the ranch.
Yeah, but then after that, we learned a little bit more about him and his past and how he thinks of himself. And I ended up saying, well, maybe he did that to himself. Maybe these are self-inflicted, so Wayne is not to blame. Possibly, but he still manages to trick these Asian women into coming to the ranch, and then he has...
That's the weird thing about Wayne's story.
I don't know what he
It
wants.
wasn't just about the revelation that he had and the faith that he inspired inside people. That might be just okay with us, but it's just the fact that all the mysterious thing with the Asian young woman's what's the name again of the girl with with the
I don't know.
tongue?
I don't
Well,
remember.
her and that she's pregnant with his baby. We don't know what he wants to achieve by doing that.
No,
or what
she's
he's
she's
looking
important.
for. But she's important, and she's inside weird people's dream too.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Still, it's very interesting also to see like how this world is dealing with this disappearance, like the fake bodies. It's like to allow people to grieve. I do understand the concept behind it. I mean, like I said, I always use that that example. But when you love someone and that person has been kidnapped and you never know what happened to that person, eventually you need to move on. But if you never have someone to bury, you're never gonna move on. Like if you don't know what happened to that person, how can you move on? So if they truly believe that they're not coming back and that they're dead, they're in a better place, I don't want to focus on that anymore. To have something to hold on to, something to say your goodbyes to, that body can help you do that. Or else you're gonna focus on the fact that you never actually got to see or say goodbye. Like you're gonna need that ending. And you won't ever have it unless you try it out. And for some people it might help a lot. But at the end of the day, these are fake goodbyes. These are fake grieving. These are fake feelings, just like the bodies are fake.
If suddenly I went to disappear, would you hire someone to create a fake body of mine to bury in somewhere?
No.
No?
No. I think that's creepy. I mean, as much as it looks real, it looks more dead than anything. And I don't really like that idea. Like if you think about what you want people to do with your body once you're dead, some people say some people say if you accept to be cremated and not buried, you're kind of robbing people of the chance to see you one last time. But then you've got people who say seeing that person one last time in a coffin, dead, it's actually gonna switch the image you have of that person forever. So some people don't want that. There are so many ways to see this. It depends on the person, but
I do believe that by seeing someone before you buried them or before they got cremated, it is a way to put an end to
makes it more real.
To a cycle. Like you're saying goodbye, you see face to face that that person is not there anymore. So you can face reality somehow. It might be harsh, but it's a way to accept your grief.
Like I said, it's not everyone who does this, but for some people it might be like what they need, a way to make this real. Because it's true, it's not like they saw the person die. It's just 1 second they were there and the other they were not. So how do you understand this? Like I remember when
I'm gonna make myself cry. My God. No, because we're talking about grief and
you're thinking of Grandpa.
The chance to say goodbye. Like one of my aunts said that she didn't like the fact that her grandpa wanted to be cremated and didn't want to have what is the English word? Éveillé in English? What is it?
I don't know how you say it in English, but basically it's the moment where the body is exposed.
Yeah.
For people to say
in
goodbye.
In his testament, he didn't want to have that, so
they cremated him before.
They cremated him before we had a chance to see him one last time and say goodbye. And our aunts and cousin were pretty pissed about that because they wanted to say goodbye. They didn't have the chance to see him before his death. And in a way,
before he was cremated.
Yeah, before he was cremated. In a way, I kind of agree with what she said. I didn't have a happy last memory. Like the last time that I saw him, it was kind of a fight between him and my mom. So that would be.
As basically, you're saying the last memory you ever had of Grandpa was not a happy one. So you would have liked to have the chance to at least say goodbye to you know, to him, to his image, to the face that you remember. And it's true that we were kind of robbed of that, kinda. But then after that, my mom, she doesn't think that way. She believes that it's better to remember the people we loved alive, smiling, and I mean moving and stuff, instead of seeing them not moving. Because I mean it could scar people. Like, it's not everyone who's happy about this. And I mean, if it was his last wishes, I mean, come on, you're gonna follow that through. But it, like I said, it depends on the people. And it's true that it can make it official in your mind. Speaking of Grandpa, speaking of him, it's pretty personal here now, so I'm sorry. But anyway, when we learned that he was dead, I do remember the initial feeling I got was, I don't really get it. Like, it's not true. As if how can this, that you're crying now? Is that it? Aw, don't cry. Anyway, so yeah, the initial feeling I got was, it's not true, it's not happening. Because I mean, at the end of the day, your grandpa's dead. These are just words. So what do you make of them? And it's the same in a lot of things that happen in my life. Like, if I don't see it happen, and even sometimes when I see it happen, I usually have a hard time understanding how hard or how deeply affected I should be, and how it can affect my life. Our dad had almost a heart attack. Like, he had a scare.
True.
And I mean, he went to the hospital and stuff, and he almost died. And when I got told that, I didn't understand how dangerous that situation was.
When our mom had a really bad case of pneumonia when we were younger.
Yeah. But we were really young back then.
But we were like 8 or 9.
I don't remember half. I don't remember half of what happened back then.
Well, I remember seeing her. She was in the hospital bed. She was so pale, and she looked so sick. And she had some kind of bag beside her bed, and I didn't.
She was really close to death. Let's say it like that. But we were kids. We didn't understand that. So in a way, I do get why some people might need the body, even if it's fake. It's still something to hold on to, and it makes it official. Because if it's not before your eyes, sometimes you won't get how severe this is. You won't understand what's happening, and you won't really let yourself feel that way, because it won't feel like they're gone.
Basically, it's just like what he said. It's just to make it more real, to have something real to see and to hold on.
So to have people call him soulless and stuff, I don't know. I think he actually believes in helping people. It's just that so many people, like the woman who impersonated Nora, think that this is a cover-up. Like, these people, they don't believe, like, in some of them might not believe in religion, might not believe that they were sent to God, or they died. They might believe that they were taken by the government, or that something happened because of the government and they're trying to cover it up. Or if they're religious, well, then some people disappeared because they were the
sinners.
No, they were saved, and the rest are sinners. Or the people that were taken were all, like you said, sinners. Like, there are so many possibilities. And in a world like this, where answers are not a thing, like, you cannot understand what happened, everyone is going to try to find its own answer. And some of them are going to get violent about it. Because, I mean, this is common. Like, people will think, if you don't think the same way they do, well, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
People are not open-minded at all. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is already up on Patreon. The link is in the description.
So click and subscribe. And if you don't, you just need to wait another week for the next episode to be uploaded on YouTube. So thanks again, guys, and have a nice evening, and see you by then.
Bye.